And when you eat with the basmati, then you find the anything you are eating like curry or rajma or whatever, in the mouth you have two textures in the mouth. One is the basmati and the one is the other dish for beauty. So combination is not very good if you don't enjoy. But when it is a meal by itself, then you are not combining with anything. You are just eating it. And you have one texture, one aroma, one flavor. You can enjoy rice much more. And the real character of the basmati you can realize and feel. So that's why it's very good for the biryani or tahri or pulao by itself, you know. Yes, sir.
Sir, how many of us, just sir from you, but how many of us cook on a regular basis at home?
Basmati?
No, not necessarily basmati, just any meal. How many of us cook regularly? Because sir, frankly, in Indian homes, if you are cooking and you are not cooking rice, that's very difficult to believe. So there has to be rice cooking involved in Indian cooking. So how many of us really cook? You cook? You cook? Any questions from Chef here?
I would like
regarding
to come to the
cooking of
dais.
rice?
I would like to come to dais for only for 3 minutes, not more than that.
Sir, just 2 minutes later.
Voice is so loud, I think so it can cross the gate or.
No, see, because I will not be seeing them to whom I want to address. That is the difference.
Sir, after 2 minutes, after some questions are being taken, and the other thing I want to say is, we have put up a variety of rice outside, and Chef Gil will be taking us through that. It's something called the experience zone, so that you can actually look at that rice, feel the texture, understand what makes basmati rice so special in terms of uncooked rice, in terms of cooked rice, figure out the taste and see it for yourself. And Chef Gil will be taking us through that. But the floor is open to some questions here. Any questions? Especially about the cooking of rice?
Yeah, sir, I've met sir many times, and I'm cooking at home, so I'm cooking khichdi, and I had this possibly the India Gate basmati rice, and yesterday I had made, so I do it with moong ki dal, chilke wali, and when it came out, so it was like more of halwa, because I had put in the pressure cooker, so I think I was not cooking properly, as you said, sir, and then possibly I'm putting. Earlier I was not using the ghee. Now I've started using the ghee and jeera and all. So what's the right way to do it? And I think this educational campaign and awareness campaign, what Sir has said, and Sir, Mr. Mittal and others, executive directors, you have to take it across the country and through the women of India, the real, our brothers and sisters who would do that, because they'll be really cooking. It's not men who are really cooking.
So fathers and brothers can also cook.
Yes, no, I'm cooking myself. I'm doing it. Sir.
Anything to cook, you have to cook, you have to learn. You have to practice. Learn means you have to practice it. Unless it becomes part of you, then you don't do any mistakes. And there are a lot of basic things like you cook in the cooker, you cannot see even what degree it is cooked at. And then you can say, okay, so many whistles, but those whistles also depend on the heat pressure you are giving, or the heat you are giving under that, and it depends on the gasket of the cooker also, how old it is, how new it is working, not working, it's leaking, God knows what all things are. So the best cooking is when you do it in open, And the pressure cooker, one should not misunderstand it that I am not an energy conservation person. I believe in that. And we may save little gas in it, in the pressure cooker. But the things they get softer, but they don't get cooked for the absorption degree. Like if something has to cook first for the whole legumes or the lentils, they need to cook for 6-7 hours. Unless they don't cook to that level, their proteins and all those things doesn't break to easily digestible. So it might become softer in the cooker, but it is not good for health as far as digestion is concerned or nutrients getting absorbed into your body. So for cooking is very important also. That is not only the rice cooker, but the amount of food you are cooking, how much of water you are going to cook, what is going to be the volume, and the volume of the pot. So you can't cook 1 kilo rice in a 10 kilo pot. then the heat will not be even, the pressure will not be even. There are a lot of uneven things. So it's technical, but it's a very basic thing which one has to keep in mind when you cook to get the better and good results.
Karthikeyan has a question here.
Yeah.
I think he is staying alone. Definitely he is alone. My wife never allows me get in the kitchen. Because one fine morning I was preparing idli, all those things I did it. लेकिन चटनी बनाते समय ढक्कन खोल के बना दिया. So that is what why I am saying is each and every stage, each and every I mean to say in the cooking process, we need attention, we need a standard operating procedure. Then otherwise,
And we need a wife to put a lid on certain things.
That's why maybe our wives allow us to cook, and I think they feel very lucky.
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
married to the chefs. The food is a very basic thing. And
Sir, if you could give us a couple of tips of how to cook basmati rice, because all of us.
yeah, basmati rice, okay, I cook shortly. Then the basmati rice must be, we will only say basmati, we will not say rice. Basmati rice, you must wash them in running water. That's very important. It's not just wash, like most instructions written on the labels also, wash, rinse and so. No, it must be in running water. Unless the water is clear, then only the whatever in processing, I am sure there must be some kind of heat press happening, chemicals happening. Something must be happening on that, or some starch in losing by scratching with each grain with each other, or something must be happening. So everything goes out if you do it in a running water, 3-4 times, and then soak it. I suggest should be soaked for a long time to make it more healthy. That I think needs to be as an exercise by the traders or to see that how to get the perfection and make it a more healthier. And the nutritionists can tell and come into that and how much time it takes and all that. I think that's a separate exercise we should. I'm just giving a thought for that. But you must soak it as the guidance is given, guidance is given by the rice manufacturer, 40, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. And then cook. And the rice, the best basmati rice is cooked with the absorption method. So the water you put get absorbed into the rice. Now it needs a lot of practice. A standard thumb rule, one can say 1.5 times to 2 times maybe. But the cooking it affects, particularly in our country, in our areas, where the climate changes a lot. Now it might be a very little bit, I can give the example to make you understand that you must have seen our mothers or our ladies or in the villages, even they make dough, atta, when they gunte hai, they keep feeling the flour like this before adding the water. What they feel? Maybe they have not told you, but we understood that with our thing. They feel the moisture of the flour. And then they add the water. So the water addition in making a right dough for a right pulka in monsoon may be different, in June, July may be different, in rainy season may be different. So you have to bring the perfection in your own cooking, in your own home, in your own environment. What you do. So thumb rule is good as a guideline. But every time cooking of food, I'm not making it difficult this, but it's a simple thing. You must have a very good analytical mind. Analyze your things, find what is the wrong and what mistake you did or how you can improve it. I'm not saying throw that food what you do, eat it. It's food, there's nothing wrong. So don't waste it. But when you cook next time, take care of those things what you learned by making a mistake in the past. This is how you keep improving into the food. So it's a natural process. It's not that you have to really study them or make notes out of it, and the food live in the memory. You must have realized that. If you cook today something, and then after 5 years you cook, I'm sure you will get all the recall of the mistakes you did and those flavors and the aromas and the taste. Even 5 years back, no, so that was better or it was not this is because food always lives in the memory. It never goes with you.
Sir, and for some of us, every time we cook, the food tastes different. Even if it's the same recipe, some of us are like that also.
Food will taste different when you cook, you know. It's not philosophical, but you always cook with your mind and the food. So the addition of the few things, sometimes your mind says to put less or whatever, as your body chemistry works and not. That's why, like people say very wrongly that you never like your own food when you cook it. I think you can do the best food when you cook
When
for
you cook
yourself.
for yourself.
Because you know your body, you know your mind. So must take interest in cooking like that. You know, it's very important. This will only nourish your body and keep your body and soul and consciousness in working.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think with this panel, we have focused a lot on the consumer angle. We focused on the industry. We focused on the governmental regulations and standards. And I think most importantly, we have focused on how to cook basmati rice, and that experience is going to continue a little while later. Right away, outside, we have an experience zone where we will be taking Chef Gill's expertise and importance. And we also very importantly learn the relationship between a regulation, a standard, the consumer, the industry, and at the end of the day, the food that we eat and which goes into our stomachs. That's a very, very important and a very, like Chef Gill was saying, it's almost like a spiritual experience. And to carry this experience forward, I think we should just move on. Any last words from anyone? Sir? Anyone? Yes, please.
See, the theme of today's conclave is Basmati rice, no compromise. And this is really for the consumer. If you really ask me, in this whole thing, the most honest person is the farmer. Maybe 5-10 farmers may be playing, but 95% farmers are honest and the crop is okay. Whatever is dilly-dally taking place during this whole chain is at the level of traders and dealers. They are the customers. Now with the current regulation, let me tell you, so many standards were made, they were EGMA standard, they are aware of that. So many things happen. But with this current regulation, one thing is definitely there, that the people who are involved in admixtures, they will be cautious. Why they will be cautious? Because in this regulation they have also put, if anybody is not maintaining the standards, the penalties are high. And that horror of the penalty will ensure those people who are involved in this admixture. So I feel it is difficult to educate a consumer for any grain, whether it is wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, you take anything. A man who is taking 5 kilo rice a month or a 10 kilo rice, you can't educate the millions of people. But you have to ensure that this regulation is implemented in its full spirit, in its right spirit, and those people are involved into adulterations, they should be taken to task. Let me tell you. And I'm sure, because we are from the industry, my ED is also, executive director is here, there is a concern to 50% of the trade that how they are going to now implement तो करना ही है, how they are going to further do the business in future, what they have been doing in a different manner. That I want to do.
So I think this actually just will tie very well if I ask you, Mr. Paul. Is the association, the industry association that you are taking care of, does that really have any plan as of now? Or is there a plan in the offing where you plan to educate, like you said, the farmers, the entire value chain? Is there any plan in place right now?
You see, in a way, the association and its members in a different context. They have been educating farmers on various facets of important activities. But now that this is important, I think this will also become part of the syllabus that we have. And whenever we go to farmers or other stakeholders, in our members, millers, we will be attempting to handle this subject also to educate, because as I say, education is important, and the very essence of this regulation is food safety, primarily. Food safety, and Dr. Karthikeyan has explained how it is and what kind of efforts are taken. But our part will be on imparting education to the various stakeholders. We certainly be attempting to do that.
Right, thank you very much. And on that note, I think it's time for all of us to really say a very big thank you to the audience. And like I said, the experience doesn't end. There is something more going on. And over to you, Anisha.
Big round of applause for all our speakers and guests for talking to us about how customers can become more aware and how to cook basmati really nicely. I would now like to call on stage Mr. Ayush Gupta, Business Head in Market KRBL, to please present our esteemed speakers with a small token of our appreciation. So if you could please present a bouquet to